welcome to the Thirsty Bitches podcast, where we talk about anything under the sun, from books, entertainment, to self-help, and even a little spice. I'm Victoria.
I'm Kiara.
And I'm Katalyn.
And we're here for our next catch-up episode, part of the Air Awaken series, Fire Falling. Very excited. I'm sure, as you guys have noticed, Jen is not here. She's dealing with some personal stuff today, so she couldn't make this recording.
Which is sad because I really wanted her here because there's something that she said in the last episode that I wanted to talk to her about in this episode, but we're just going to have to wait for that conversation because
she will hopefully be here for the next one. If not, we'll get her thoughts and feelings. We do have some text messages from her.
Yes, I will be reading those off.
Be sharing. But yeah, I'm excited because one of my favorite scenes in this entire series, including the follow-up series, is in this book. It's probably one of my most favorite scenes written ever. So I'm very excited.
Samesies. You guys have heard us talk about it. Victoria and I, we really like to bring up this sandstorm, and we're finally getting a chance to discuss it.
I've known about the sandstorm for months.
That's the only thing Katalyn
is like a sandstorm. And I was like, listen, it's so good.
It is good.
Before we get into that, we are going to do our quenchable moments really quick. And if you're new here, a quenchable moment is something happy or exciting that's happened to us last week or so we want to share with each other and with you. Honestly, if you're new here, you probably should not be listening to this episode specifically. It is the second book in a series, and who does that?
Save it and come back.
Who does that? So to start us off, Katalyn, what was your quenchable moment?
I survived having children in the school for a week.
Woo!
Yeah.
First week down.
And the AC was on this week, so that's a win.
I love that. You guys deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
After it was 86 in the room and I had to work through it, without the option of going home because our room had to be put together. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Totally gave myself heat exhaustion on the first day that we were in the school.
I've done that. It's not fun. Girl, what?
No. And
don't do that.
Mm-mm. It's fine.
No.
So after the first week of school, that's all I got.
You know, that's a good one. I feel like if you can survive the first week of school, tired. I think you should be like set for the rest of the year.
Yeah. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah. We're proud of you.
Made it.
That's why I read this whole book yesterday because I literally been so exhausted the last 2 weeks.
That's a vibe. I have not read in the last 2 weeks, so maybe I haven't read since the end of July.
You were on your intense reading streak.
Well, also I haven't read anything since the end of July, but also I flew to California on August 4th, and I had a lot going on in that week and a half, like a fuck ton. So I just have not read anything.
Yeah, you haven't had the time.
So, Katalyn, I feel that. Proud of you. You're doing great. You're doing so great.
Not really, but
if I had money, I'd be sending you Starbucks gift cards. I just want you to know that.
Don't even worry about it.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea.
No, do not.
Once I get a job, watch out. Watch out. Anyways, Victoria, what was your quenchable moment?
I am done with our big stretch of summer work. So the way that my job works, we also follow the school year. So all of our hiring happens in the summertime.
Because you guys employ teachers and aides and stuff, right?
Well, not teachers, but they're not necessarily aides either. They do assist in schools. They help provide additional support in I won't say underprivileged, but understaffed, I guess, schools. So all of our hiring happens during the summertime. And our last start date is a few days after this episode goes up. And I'm just so relieved because it's really stressful because it's only 2 of us on my specific, well, not my specific team. There's 4 of us total in my team.
There could be more if they wanted to hire me.
I mean, they're allegedly lifting our hiring freeze, so who knows?
The September surge is about to hit, and that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, but it can be really stressful with just the 2 of us doing the work that we do, especially because my boss has taken on new tasks that her boss used to do because she had a change in job role, and so she wasn't as easily available for me. So I ended up taking up one more task as well. So it was really stressful, and I'm really glad that it's over. I can work on side projects. I won't lie, I did pretty much nothing this week because I just needed to decompress, and my boss has been offline. So, I mean, I worked on little things here and there, but I didn't like go hard in the paint like I usually do. So it was really nice. I'm just glad it's over.
Well, so that's exciting.
Yeah. Anyways, Kiara, what was your quenchable moment this week?
So my quenchable moment is that I went to the Eras tour, Los Angeles, night 6. What a night! What a night! Oh my gosh! She announced 1989 Taylor's version. She wore blue all night. It was incredible. And if you are listening to this and you were also at night 6, like, you know, we were all screaming every time she walked out in a blue dress. We were all screaming, "It's blue! It's blue!" Like, we knew.
Okay. But as a person who is Taylor illiterate, can you explain the importance of the blue? I don't get it.
So she has color-coded all of her albums.
Yeah.
And 1989 is this light blue.
Okay.
And she did this with Speak Now. She wore a lot of purple because Speak Now is a purple album.
Right.
So when she has gone this entire tour so far wearing a specifically purple ball gown during her Speak Now era section. And then night 6, she walks out in a brand new sparkly blue ball gown. And we're all like, oh fuck, like, oh fuck, it's happening. We like all knew. And then she had a specific dress for her folklore and is it folklore, Evermore.
They're right next to each other.
During her Evermore set, she had a specific dress, and then she came out in a brand new blue dress. And we're like, and all of us are just like, if she comes out in a new blue 2-piece for her 1989 set, because she would wear like the sparkly like blue top and like a little blue skirt, or like a little skirt, like it was a 2-piece situation. If she comes out in a light blue one, which she'd never done before, like, we'll know, like we'll know it's happening. And she did. And then she put on a brand new blue dress for her acoustic set, and we're like, oh shit, it's fucking happening right now, because she always announces it during her acoustic. And so I lost my shit. It's my favorite album. She played one of my favorite songs, which is New Romantics. But I also got the Blue Crew, the very hard to get Blue Crew that I'm wearing right now. I got the tan grayscale t-shirt, which I love, and I got the quarter zip. This is how I know my luck is coming back. It's the fact that I was able to get both of these sweatshirts, because these are the ones that sell out. I will say though, but my most prized possession is all of my friendship bracelets that I got from the tour. I made about 60 of my own, and I traded every single one of them. And so I have all of these bracelets. I also will say that Renee, sweet Renee, she sent me a friendship bracelet in the mail.
Aww.
So cute. And so I'm in the process of making a couple of more to send out to some people who went to the tour as well in our friend group. They should have gotten them before this episode comes out, but if not, Renee, if you're listening to this, be prepared. You are getting one as well. So yeah, I will take a picture of all the bracelets that I got, and I will post it on our Instagram, because there's some really fucking cute ones in here that I really love. So
nice.
Yeah. Quench moment is that I saw Taylor Swift with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah. Speaking of the songs that you got, does somebody have like a running list of the set list for each shows and the like special songs that she played for each one? Because I know she didn't play the same like extra song at every show.
Yeah, so she always does an acoustic set in between 1989 and Midnights. And for the most part, she has been doing new songs every night. Sometimes she said that she'll repeat if she messes up or something. But she repeated a lot in LA because they were actually filming the first 3 nights for a docuseries that they're doing. So there was tons of filming equipment everywhere. And she wanted certain songs as her acoustic songs. I don't currently have a running list, but I know a lot of people do. And the reason everyone knew that she was going to launch like 1989 on our show is one, the show's date was 8/9.
It was her 13th city.
And so like, we knew that. And then also that was the only album that she had done almost every single song. And so she had 3 more songs going into LA, and she did one, I think like the first or second night, and so she only had 2, and everyone's like, oh my god, she's gonna do I Know Places night 5 and New Romantics night 6, and we're just like all waiting with like bated breath. And I am literally sitting in this hotel room with like Jen and our girl Cater Tot, who was there with us. Oh my god, love her. She's such a sweetheart. You guys need to fucking meet her. I love her so much. We're watching the live because everyone, if you were at the show, like you TikTok lived it, and she played I Know Places as the first surprise song. I lost my shit. You can ask the girls. I'm like, she's gonna do New Romantics tomorrow. I know it. And of course, we all know I'm really good at manifesting. So my magic is literally back. There are a lot of people who have running lists of all the songs. And at this point, the only 2 Taylor's versions that still need to be released are Reputation and Debut.
And Taylor's.
She
has Name and her Reputation left in.
Yes. I was gonna say I also got that TikTok.
Yep. So I think that it's going to be, everyone thinks that Reputation is going to come out first, but I think Taylor Swift Debut is going to come out first because she has to take back her name, and then she can take back her reputation.
Yeah.
So, because there will be no explanation. There will only be Reputation.
Right. The reason why I ask is because I need a copy of the set list. If anybody has a copy of the set list, especially with the specific songs from their stop, please hit me up. I need them. That's all you're getting. Anyways. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you got all your friendship bracelets.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that she played your favorite song off of the.
And then she played New Romantics, and then she played New Year's Day. And it's so funny because the very first song she did as her surprise song at the first show was the very first song that was ever taken by Scooter, stolen. And the very last song she did as a surprise song was New Year's Day from Reputation, which was the very last song stolen from her.
Oh.
A moment.
Full circle moment. So as you guys know, I've been on a health journey, and with that, I've been looking for tools and products to help me get my health back in check. One of the things I've really been focusing on is staying hydrated, and a product that's really helped me with that is Liquid IV. In just 1 stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than with water alone. It's also come in super clutch when I'm out and about, and I realize I haven't hydrated well enough. Plus, it's super convenient to keep in my bag or in my car in case of an emergency. Right now, you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code STAYTHIRSTY at checkout. That's 20% off of anything you order when you shop for better hydration today using promo code STAYTHIRSTY at liquidiv.com. Stay thirsty, bitches. Well, anyways, on to something else that's full
I could
circle.
talk about this all day.
We can finally talk about the sandstorm.
Jesus Christ.
It was a moment.
I obviously the sandstorm is my favorite, but there are a lot of things that happen before we get to that moment. I was telling Kiara before we started this episode that I did not reread this book before we started, so I'm drawing a lot of blanks.
I reread it last month, so
and I read it yesterday.
It's a lot more familiar up in here,
yes,
than it is for Victoria. So, I do want to say, so I will be reading off some of Jen's text messages to Victoria and I as she was reading this and reacting. I just really love Victoria that she would send us something, and you and I, certain things we just like wouldn't respond to. We're like, I'm like, I don't know how to respond.
Better or worse than that damn smiley face you always send.
I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this. So, but the very first text message we got it says, I'm listening to fire falling, and I am now suspicious of the minister wanting Vala to get an axe that can split souls. We don't want it in the wrong hands. How do I know you're the right hands? Just gonna say, it's
pretty
sus. Pretty good thought process in my mind.
Yeah.
It is pretty sus.
Mm-hmm. So
All
that's
the
where we're
ministers and stuff
starting.
are sus.
That's where we're starting, right there at the beginning.
I didn't even remember that happening, so
I feel like a lot happens right there in the beginning because she is preparing to be sent off to war.
Yeah, she's preparing to go out and march with the masses.
Mm-hmm.
So
march.
A lot.
Homegirl gets a horse because Aldrich can't figure out his shit.
Yeah,
they're idiots.
Oh, they are for sure.
In love, idiots in love.
Listen,
love that trope.
Truly.
Oh man, but yeah. So at the beginning of the book, things are shaking and moving. We're getting more information regarding like her as a windwalker. We obviously get the task of getting the axe, which is nerve-wracking. And Vala is getting ready to go off to war with everyone, and she and Aldrich aren't necessarily on great terms at that moment in time.
But he comes and he puts her armor on for her.
That's true. That he made.
That he
made for her.
He made for her.
When I tell y'all this man is so balls deep in love with her, it cracks me up.
He is, in my opinion, he is one-sided insta love. Immediately.
Sure. Okay, that's one thing I have is the love story. I feel like was too fast, but because it's book 2 of 5.
Don't worry.
Well,
Don't worry.
Things change. I will say, like, when you learn more about Aldrich and his upbringing, it makes sense why he feels things so quickly.
Yeah.
And you also see like Vala's hesitance, and you start to understand her more and why she was like, yes, but also no, but also yes.
This is a lot. She's like, this is a lot. I do want to like bring up Laurel and Fritz deciding to go to war with our girl.
Worst idea ever.
Literally the 2 best friends anyone could have. I love both of them so much.
Yeah, I remember back when I was also a Fritz girl. I don't blame her.
I love Fritz, but I don't know. There was just something about Laurel. It was like a big sister vibe.
Yeah, she's a very good friend.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like her because Vala didn't have a lot of older feminine influence in her life.
True.
I just really love Fritz because he's a big dork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as my note says, someone had to die.
Yeah. God.
Out of the 2.
That scene ripped me open because I knew, and we're jumping ahead here, but like the scene before that where they're like having this like beautiful moment together, and like Vala's like, you'll be there for me forever, and Laurel's like, of course I will, and she's like brushing her hair, and I'm just like, I knew in that moment because it's like when we were reading Ember and the Ashes, and
spoilers for Ember and the Ashes.
Yeah, and Helene was having that moment with her sister, and I'm just like, it's like one of those where you just like know,
you can feel it.
You're like, oh, fuck, like no. So, I had the same feeling when I found out that spoiler later on in this series.
Oh yeah, you thought this one was bad?
Just wait. Thank God I don't have to like
just mentally prepare yourself.
If it makes me cry, I'll be shocked.
I don't know that it will make you cry.
No?
Because I don't know how you feel
about said character. I did cry when I found out the spoiler.
Yeah.
And I know when I read it, I'll cry too. But
do I know the character already?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Katalyn's like, dear God, if it's Fritz, I'm going to lose my shit.
I know.
I wouldn't cry though.
Yeah, I don't think you'll cry.
You're a crier though.
Yeah.
If you cry, I know I'm fucked.
One thing I do remember distinctly is when Vala is marching, and I think she's setting up her tent and she's talking to somebody. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was an important character or just like a one-off like side soldier. And they're setting up their tents, and oh my god, my memory is so shoddy.
They set up their tents a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's very early on. It's before she gets moved. This is when she's still like in the back of the line, like with the foot soldiers,
with like Laurel and stuff.
She's never in the back of the line. She's usually
in the not in the back of the line, but it's before she gets brought like to the front of everything.
Yeah.
Unless I'm remembering a different book. I don't know. My memory of this is just so blurred together.
No.
Because she doesn't technically march until the end. She's riding a horse for most of it.
She doesn't have a tent at all once she is put in disguise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She shares a tent with Laurel for most
It's literally she's sharing a tent with Laurel up until they're in the crossroads.
Yes.
Yeah. Laurel dies. She gets put in disguise. She has no tent.
I'm remembering stuff.
And then she's like she's hanging out with dude from Golden Guard. Don't like
Daniel.
That. Don't like
What's
that.
What's wrong with Daniel? Oh my god, nothing's gonna happen.
Don't like that. I don't trust this shit.
Okay, I'm remembering stuff from book 3 then is what it is, because it's when she's in disguise.
I feel like they're using each other in this sense. Daniel needs to get in his head that it will always be Aldrich.
Oh, bestie. Just hold on to your butt with that one. I'm remembering stuff from book 3 is what it is.
Oh, I started book 3 already. I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, it will always, regardless of what happens, because remember my theory in the first episode, I said, they are going to be separated at the end of every fucking book until the end. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's just, at this point in time, that just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just makes sense.
Okay, so then ignore what I said about the marching. That hasn't happened.
How do you feel about Alicia, Katalyn?
She's cool.
How do you feel about her before we found out her relationship to Aldrich? I fucking hated her. She was such a bitch to Vala during like training. I'm like,
yeah, she was testing her.
I'm like, why are you being a dick?
Yeah, I mean, she was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I can see why. But his freaking brother also just is pissing me off. So
yeah, everybody's being real dumb at this point in time.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. Everybody's being real fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember being suspicious of Alicia because I was like, I know that she's not introducing another love interest for him. And I was like, there's gotta be something that she's like keeping up her sleeve.
Is not known for this. She is known for her one and done happily ever after. That couple will be together in the end somehow.
I was like, oh, well, he's a prince, so I'm sure there was like some political alliance, and that's what he's like ending at the crossroads with her. But and then she heals him, and it's great. Everything's wonderful.
Yeah. How did you feel about that? You were so concerned at the end of book 1 that he still had that like,
oh yeah,
that poison in him. So I'm just like, I knew you were gonna be happy once that came to light.
And then she gets poisoned with the same damn thing. Ugh, whatever. Anyways.
We're jumping all over the place.
We are. There's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, there's not.
No.
Well, it's all jumbled in my brain.
It's the lemon candy for me.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Balder.
I don't like his brother.
Fucking Balder.
You say that now.
I mean, I like him, but I don't like him. You know.
And this is the line that Jen sent to us. Balder is being a dick. I saw him in you. Is that the only way he's been in you? And she's like, fuck off. Because at this point, no. It has not.
They have not had romantic relations.
They haven't even fucking kissed.
Yeah. Also, for
At that
anyone
point.
wanting to read, for
no,
anyone wanting to read these books, just so you know, there is not any like smut scenes in this series.
Mm-mm.
It is very much so.
If you want to read Smut by Elise Kova, you need to read Married to Magic.
Yeah, and but even then, that's very like it's very not... very tame.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. The lemon candy thing was frustrating. Also, again, just the idiotness of them all. Well, I saw him holding your hand, and she's like, "You mean when he was holding my wrist, making me see what I saw?"
Well, I can reassure you that it does not get better for a while. As a matter of fact, I would say it doesn't get better at all.
I mean, I kind of figured.
I don't expect it to, not until like the last page of the last book.
Everyone's very dumb the whole time.
Perfect.
But we have to remember that like they're all
very
18
young.
to 25.
Young. Yeah. So, and they're dealing with adults who are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Also, the Emperor can get fucked.
Yeah.
Fully.
Here's something else, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, Katalyn. Because I know the full story with this person. And nothing else spoiled Victoria. Jen said this fortune teller seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. She's the whole line of your dark century will fall. My first thought was Laurel, not Aldrich, or you'll lose your dark century or whatever. Mm-hmm. That line has stuck with me. Don't remember the rest of it, so
let me just turn away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, she's sus, and I have a feeling she's gonna reappear somehow magically.
Yeah. Stop making that face, Kiara.
I'm trying so hard.
Kiara knows because she saw it.
Yeah, but also at the same time, she doesn't really.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there are things that I know that you don't. I'm the only one that really knows. Let's be honest.
True.
And then I would just say, keep the fortune teller in your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Besties, I read that fucking scene at like 11:30 last night. I don't remember what she said other than you will lose your dark century. And I was like, bye, Laurel.
Not what she said necessarily. Just keep that thought of the fortune teller.
Of Vi, whatever her name is.
Yeah. Vi.
Kira's like hating here. Yeah, there's a lot that happens.
Listen, I obviously read the synopsis for the first book of the next
series. Yeah, I think it was at the end of it, but I just didn't read it last night.
Oh, the next book or the next series?
The next series.
Kiara.
I know who they are.
Yeah, but there are other things. Listen, don't look at any more of the synopsises. Okay? Please don't.
I'm on Earth's End. I'm just letting you know that now. I might
especially for the last one. Like, please don't look at them.
Read all of them all at once. I don't know. Anyways,
wait until you're fucking done with the first series, okay? Just hold on.
Anyways, Jen also texted us this. I love this line. I refuse to love you halfway.
Oh, yes. I read that line and I had to put my Kindle down and walk away because I was like, that's... Why is it YA?
That is, I'll agree with you. That was, when I initially read it, I was so frustrated by the fact that this is technically YA. I was like, come on. Just give me this. Give us this one.
The tension is there. It's there.
It is. And it stays there.
I just need it.
That fade to black made me want to rip my hair out.
Great.
You're welcome.
All right. The time. Katalyn, Sandstorm. Give me your thoughts. I waited this long. I waited 30 minutes into the episode.
You did. Very proud of you. It was kind of epic. She's a fucking dumbass.
Oh yeah, she's
also
very dumb.
Reading about her fingers like snapping back.
It's a very descriptive scene.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are my thoughts.
I always
And
see that
obviously
with
she saved him
cinematic.
because it's an HEA, so.
But it's just.
But then, like, afterwards, seeing the map, she's like, they really were that close.
Yeah.
Like, so close. And then her, like, idea to the Emperor of, like, maybe don't be dumb and have your heirs with you the whole time. And then him using that later on. But
she has her moments.
Yeah, she's actually pretty smart, which is kind of
she's so dumb, but I have to say that whole part leading up to her actually standing in front of the sandstorm is like one of my favorites. Like everyone's like running and trying to figure it out, and she's just like looking around at everyone, looking at the people in the back with the carts, and she's just like, I have to make this decision. And her just like throwing her horse like around and just like racing, and Aldrich everyone just like yelling for
just
her, and
so upset.
she's like no, like I'm the only person who could even potentially help in this situation.
Yeah. It also made me mad that like it was a good enough reason for a pardon, but he's like, but it's not a good enough reason for a pardon.
No, we fucking hate the Emperor. We hate the Emperor.
Fucker. Well, yeah, obviously. He's probably trying to have her killed, so whatever. Other than making her go to the military. I have thoughts on things.
But God, I love the sandstorm. It's just such a cinematic moment, and it's so well written. I also like heightened myself up when I was reading it because I was listening to really intense music at the same time.
Sounds like what you did with what you would do with CC.
Oh yeah,
that scene.
It was so good. It was so good. And Jen's over here being like, what did she say?
I get chills every time I read it. Eliskova,
literally.
That sandstorm, some of your best work.
Jen said, homegirl literally saved everyone and risked her own life in doing so. And now she's realizing she loves Aldrich.
Yeah, of course.
That's how love. She's like she realized it. Like so she's like, I love Aldrich. Like right when she woke up, it's wild.
Oh yeah, because she almost died. She was right there. She nearly died. They all nearly died, and that makes you realize things. And this is not going to be the last time that happens.
Shocker.
Unsurprising, I'm sure.
There seems to be a theme with the book series you want us to read.
Hey, this one is not anywhere near the brutality of the Ember Quartet.
True.
Yeah.
Not even close. True. And again, spoilers, you will not have to feel the shit that you did with both Darren and Harper. I will reassure you both right now and let you know that does not happen. Perfect. At least not like right at the end. Because I wanted to die.
It's like so close.
I wanted to die. Anyways. But yeah, it's not anywhere near the brutality because like Kiara was saying, Eliskova is very much so an HEA writer. She always writes happily ever after. I think she's done interviews where she said like that will always be her thing. Yeah.
She writes some really good cliffhangers, but you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I started Ursend. Where does Fire Falling end?
He's literally crashing into the fucking ground.
Okay, so
that was the scene that I was trying to remember.
And that's how it ends, right? Like she jumps in.
That's how it ends.
Like, okay,
yeah,
she's jumping, misses his hand by like a hair. Okay, but my note is
it's like the Spider-Man. It's like the Spider-Man scene.
Yes.
Oh god.
But I also kind of figured it was Aldrich's turn to get hurt after everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fully.
Yeah.
After everything he's done. That was the scene that I was trying to remember when we were talking. I think Kiara, you and I were talking.
Literally, she sees the thing fall and he's going. And she's like, the air can't hurt me, so it shouldn't be able to hurt him because his fire can't hurt her.
Oh, no, baby.
And then it's a full bold-faced lie.
Yeah. But yeah, it does. I can't remember if it immediately goes into their interaction after that. Or what's happening with them
because it was like
I can't remember exactly how it goes into, but I remember reading that scene and being like, "Holy shit, somebody's about to die."
The next book starts with her waking up.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and that's because of that incident. Things start to change real.
And I will say, Katalyn, in this next book, this scene that like precedes as follows, right?
No. It's the scene that follows him hitting the earth with a sickening crunch.
Yeah. So the next scene, not like immediately, but like this next like chunk, also like cinematically beautiful, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I agree.
I don't know. Him falling to the earth was actually pretty cinematic as well. So.
Yeah,
I
that
think,
whole sequence is really good.
Oh my god. Like the way she describes certain things, I'm just like, this is a heart-wrenching scene, but it is described so beautifully.
Like
I would say
you can feel it.
The whole chunk between Laurel dying in that scene, I hated. Because she is just so like she's not even like allowed to feel her grief over Laurel's death. Like she's not, because she has to play this other person.
Yeah, I mean she got like a night ish,
but like even then she just lost like probably the most important person to her at this point in time.
Yeah.
And so did Aldrich. Like obviously we know that Aldrich loved Laurel.
Yes. Speaking of things with Aldrich, can we talk about how Laurel is reliving his memories in her dreams? And it took her forever to fucking figure it out. And I was
Vala
like,
is reliving his. Oh yes.
Yes.
No, that's gonna continue.
Yes, but I'm just talking about how dumb it is that it took her that long to realize.
Everyone that was reading it was just like, that's definitely not you, bestie. That's definitely like, Aldrich, bestie.
Obviously, it's Aldrich.
Yeah, she's real dumb.
I also want to go back and like say, it's not just like her and Aldrich who are like mourning and they are doing it alone. It's also Fitz. Fritz is like, Fritz is literally like the one person that he wants to go to. He can't because they have to hide her. And that way that she takes Laurel's name and flips it, and that's her name.
And her story. Well, she has a different first name from her last name, but...
It's Laurel's last name is now Vala's fake first name. Flipped around.
No, it's not.
It's her entire... Laurel's full name is just flipped backwards.
Oh.
So, yep.
I didn't remember what Laurel's last name was. I was like, that's a cool name that she came up with.
Yeah, so the last name is flipped and is now her first name, and the first name is flipped and is now her.
Awesome.
Well, her last name's Laurel. It's not flipped, but
it was
something.
It's the spelling was flipped, but it's almost pronounced the same.
Yeah. It was.
I was listening to the audiobook, and it was like in the audiobook the way it was pronounced, but it's just like these three people who deserve to like mourn together this loss. They are literally being separated.
One of them has to pretend they're a completely different person.
Breaks my fucking heart. And I'm glad that the Golden Guard was like, oh, like they kind of Daniel realized it immediately.
Yeah.
And the rest of them were just like, oh, you know. But I feel like the way Daniel was taking care of her, it felt like he was taking advantage of the situation as well, and that just didn't sit right with me.
He did.
I feel like they both were using each other in this sense, because obviously they both lost people in different ways.
I think the direction that their specific relationship heads in is really realistic.
I'm pretty deep into Earth's End, so.
But I mean, throughout the entirety of this first series, and I think you're gonna have a lot of big emotions around it.
Listen, I just need Daniel to realize that he is not Endgame, that Aldrich is Endgame, and that is not me being like, oh, it's spoiled. It's like, it's fucking Elise Kova.
Yeah.
Aldrich is Endgame, regardless of what the fuck they go through. Point blank.
It's gonna be a rough ride. Pero.
It's gonna be a really rough ride, because right now I'm just like, what is happening? So.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Things are special between the two of them. But between Vala and Aldrich, as Katalyn said it earlier, they are idiots in love, and the idiots part is very strong.
It's a strong
in
idiot.
the both of them.
Hard idiot.
The way I would like to just smack them both across the head at the start of this second of Fire Falling.
And that continues all the way to the end of the book, the end of the series. Well, I can tell you that them being idiots about their relationship, as far as I can remember, does not improve. Even once they're together.
Aren't they technically together though?
Are they?
Ish.
Are they though? Are we sure about that?
Kind-ish, maybe.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
I'm not sure about anything.
I would say at the end of Fire Falling, they are not. They want to be, but they are not.
Yeah, I just like one of the last texts that we got from Jen regarding those two about the comparison between Rhys and Farah.
Wait, which one is
the
that?
makeout session in the middle of the war
This
camp?
whole makeout session is in the middle of the camp, heading off to what is off to war, is giving Farah and Rhys blowjob in a tent vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she follows that up with, she's begging for him to fuck her in the middle of a war camp.
They're the same fixture.
And then he says no. like a sane man.
And my favorite my favorite is our very last text from her, and it's, "Oh no, the Emperor's moving her to his group. I should have seen that coming. Them staying together would have been too easy."
Yup. I saw that coming.
Everyone saw that coming.
Oh yeah. I will say for sure
the Emperor will never want them to be together.
Oh no. I will say that's probably one of the most aggravating things throughout a lot of this is if they had been allowed to stay together, a lot of the things that happened would not happen.
Wouldn't have fallen off the side of a fucking cliff if they were allowed to stay together.
Oh, but it gets worse. More things happen because they're not together.
Wouldn't have died if they had just stayed together that night.
True.
So
true.
Man. Well,
someone had to die.
Yeah. So, Kiara, you're already knee deep in Earth's End. Katalyn,
so I know it's initially
happening next. I have it downloaded.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at.
Don't you have
the physical cover for this one?
I do, but if you don't want me to read the last page,
all right, she has to read the book.
Also,
the cover for this one.
Well, I mean, Aldrich's not on it, so obviously they're not together.
Yeah, there's
obviously. No, I have the physical books, but like with the power being out yesterday, it was starting to get dark, so I just stayed on my Kindle. Plus, I feel like I read faster because I don't have to worry about holding the book. Anyways, but yes, I have them. They are my trophies up there.
They are very.
What else do I think? There's gonna be there's a lot of fire magic in this book. So there's probably gonna be a lot of earth magic in this book because, duh.
If people who are reading this with us cannot glean from the titles of the book, a lot of the magic that is happening in the book is related to the title.
Yeah. They obviously make it to the north, like to the edge. Don't know what's gonna happen there. Probably a shitstorm. I'm looking at the map. Trying to think what else.
Well, the things that happen are definitely interesting. I will say that.
I'm
pretty sure idiots. I'm pretty sure there's a character.
You get to meet new characters. There's one that I absolutely fucking adore already.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me which one that is, because again, I'm obviously having trouble remembering things clearly.
She is putting like a pocket watch on here, so that's gonna come back into play.
But I'm pretty sure
Vi will be back.
I'm pretty sure some of the characters that you meet in this one are important throughout generations.
Nice. But yeah, I have no thoughts because I really don't remember a ton of what happened.
Katalyn's only thoughts at this point are, how the fuck is Aldrich supposed to survive that?
Oh, he will.
That's but like it's the how how.
I mean, she might have slowed him down a little bit.
What do to make better?
What do?
Yeah, it's not a matter of does he survive. It's a matter of
how.
What is he like after.
How does he survive? What does he do after? How does he respond to it? How is he an idiot again?
Probably.
How are they all idiots?
He's probably butthurt that the air didn't try to save him. The fact that his fire doesn't hurt her, even though she tried to save him.
Yeah, things are said.
Yeah, of course they are. He's probably still upset that she's seen his memories. Not that she could help it.
Keep track of those memories.
There's been so many.
They're important. Anyways. Listen, it's an easy series to read, I promise.
Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, I was able to read it in a book yesterday, like the whole thing yesterday.
Yeah.
So which
I'm
I'll
excited.
probably do the same with Earth's End because.
Well, don't read it the day before.
But that's probably what's gonna happen.
Okay. At least you're reading them. That's all I can
Exactly
be about that. Anyways, if you guys are reading along with us, let us know your thoughts on Fire Falling. Mostly on the sandstorm. Kiara and I are dying to know what everybody else thinks about it. I do really like that end scene with him falling too, though.
Tell me how much you hate the scene after Laurel dies, because you can be with me and we can hate it.
You can hate it together.
Will be over in her corner being like, someone had to die. And I'm over here being like, I love Laurel!
Someone had to die.
Anyways.
Someone did have to die.
Continue, Victoria.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts and feelings. You can hit us up on Instagram at Thirsty Bitches Podcast, or you can email us at tvp.staythirsty@gmail.com. Or you can comment on our YouTube channel. We like to see the comments and chit chat with people there. But yeah.
Also on our TikTok.
Oh yeah, our TikTok. We have a TikTok now.
TikTok, please. I make all the content. I think I make pretty good content. Everyone go follow us.
Yeah.
Please.
She did get Audible to comment on not our TikTok, but the Thirsty Collective one. That was good.
Yeah. I was like,
it was a good one. Anyways. For now, Kiara, can you take us out with an affirmation, please?
I will. So today's affirmation is, this new chapter of my life will bring me opportunity, success, and progress. You know, I really hope so for Vala and Aldrich. That's for sure.
I was like, that's very on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've read farther than I have, so it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine.
I'm going to be stressed until the end.
Stressed and depressed.
Valid.
I will, I really quickly though, I will say, the storyline of this series is not fully resolved until the end of the next one.
Like, series?
Like, some aspects of it are not resolved until the next grouping of series. I don't think you guys are going to be very happy of it, I'll be honest. Or at least some parts of the ending of it.
Katalyn, take us out.
Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to tune out Tasty Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays for all the episodes, and be sure to subscribe and follow our socials listed in the description. Make sure you like, rate, and leave a review for the podcast to help boost us across platforms. Have a lovely day, and remember, stay thirsty, bitches.